The story begins when three friends, Mia, Alex, and Dennis, decide to spend a weekend in a remote village house that Alex inherited from his grandmother. This house is old, neglected, and surrounded by woods, and the only light there is from old bulbs and a wood-burning fireplace. In the evening, the boys gather around the fireplace, laughing, but one detail does not give Mia rest. In the attic, she saw an old mirror, covered with cracks and some strange patina. When night falls, the friends hear strange sounds from the forest. Denis suggests they go exploring, and, armed with flashlights, they go outside. The forest engulfs them, the silence becomes oppressive, and then they notice a flickering light in the distance. They approach it and find that the light is coming from a strange altar made of stones with carved signs and symbols. Suddenly, Mia's flashlight goes out, and at that moment she sees someone who looks like a figure from the shadows watching them from afar, lurking among the trees. She calls out to her friends, but when they turn around, the figure has disappeared. Frightened, they decide to return home and not discuss it until morning. During the night, the friends are awakened by a quiet rustling in the house. They realize that the sounds are coming from the attic, and when they go up there, they find an old mirror covered in fog finger marks. The mirror looks like it has been touched recently. Alex touches it, and for a second he thinks he sees his own reflection, but is horrified to realize that the reflection's eyes are different, lifeless, cold, and alien. In panic, he yanks his hand away, and the mirror cracks. At that moment, they hear the creaking of floorboards on the first floor. The friends run downstairs in a panic, but find no one. It becomes clear that there is someone else in the house with them, but who it is isn't clear. The next morning, Mia finds Alex's grandmother's old notebook in one of the rooms. It has strange notes written in it about a mirror in which the stranger lives. Grandma mentioned that no one in their family was supposed to go near the mirror, and that it attracts souls. The recordings scare them, but they decide it would be best to just leave. As they are packing, Denis decides to take another look in the attic. He goes up there and sees that the crack on the mirror has widened and a strange mist is coming from it. He wants to leave, but suddenly he notices that he can't take his eyes off the mirror. It's as if his gaze is fixed on his reflection. In the reflection, Denis sees a shadow behind him, which seems to be moving closer. The friends discover Denis missing and go to the attic. There they see him standing motionless in front of a mirror, eyes wide open, and making a barely audible whispering sound. They're coming. Alex tries to pull him away, but the moment he touches Denis, the lights in the house go out, and there is complete darkness for a second. When the lights come back on, Denis is gone. In his place, the reflection in the mirror shows the forest distorted as if from a dream. Mia screams, demanding her friend back, and at that moment the shadows in the mirror begin to move. The figure gets closer, but now they realize it is not just a shadow, but someone's face with empty eyes. Alex and Mia run out of the house in a panic, but when they get outside they realize they are in the wrong forest. Everything around them is distorted. The trees seem to be alive, the distorted branches reach out to them, and they realize that the mirror has taken them into its world. Mia is desperately trying to figure out how to get back, but then they hear Denis' voice calling them back into the house. Once inside, they see that they are back in the real world, but just the two of them. Denis is nowhere to be found. Alex closes the attic door, but notices that the mirror is now standing in the hallway, reflecting only an empty, dark forest.